Good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And we have a deck we haven't seen in a while here, so that's always fun. And excuse the earrings with the t-shirt, but it's yoga day and I have a meeting, so I'm kind of dressing for half and half. Good morning, Abigail. Glad you're here. Welcome. You're the first one popping on today. So we have a cool card today. And again, I think it kind of fits right in with the flow that we have going with the previous cards from the week. So, to give it a minute for everybody to pop on, why don't we do a little breathing and a little tapping? Looks like someone else is here. Glad you're here. Welcome. So, pick your spot. I happen to like this one. I was working with someone yesterday, a brand new client, and we did this. He was having anxiety. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. And he dropped from an 8 to a 2 in one round of tapping. So, pretty good stuff. Good morning, Mel. I explained to him the hardest thing about using tapping is remembering to use tapping. So, just doing some tapping. All our practical rebels rolling in here. This is awesome. I want to let everybody know, too, that my Black Friday specials are up and running. So you can find them either on my website, which is Empowerment and Purpose, all little letters, all spelled out, .com, under the Events tab is where it is. And you can also find it on my business Facebook page, which is where we are right now. So yeah, and it runs through midnight on Black Friday, which is the 22nd, I believe. 22nd, is that right? Hang on. Hold, please. Let's figure this out here. Nope, it is the 28th. 28th. So, I'd love to be working with some more of you. That'd be awesome. All right, so nice deep breath in. Let it go. Let your shoulders drop, wiggle around a little bit, hear some of the creaks and cracks. Breathe in, breathe out, opening yourself to receiving today's message, which again, I think fits in really well with the messages we've had previously this week already. Breathe in, breathe out. And you can keep breathing and tapping if that's feeling good to you. But we have the Animal Pocket Oracle, the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle deck by Colette Barron Reed. Good morning, Gwen. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Oh, also wanted to remind all of you who are participating in book club, it is this Sunday at 7 a.m. Central Time on Zoom, and you should have received a follow-up email yesterday with the Zoom link and all the things. So if there's anybody else who wants to join us, just send me an email, bonnie@empowermentandpurpose.com, and let me know that you're interested, and we'll get you added to the list and get you the Zoom link. So, our card for today, one more breath. I love these cards because they're very whimsical. Cow Spirit. Have you ever seen a cow with flowers in her hair? In her hair. Well, I guess she's got fur. Yeah. Cow Spirit. The miracles are endless. The miracles are endless. We've got a couple feathers hanging off of there too. I actually love cows. Both of my sets of grandparents were dairy farmers, so we got to hang out with the cows. They had, hang on, not jerseys. Of course I'm blanking. Anyway, black and white cows. Moo. And we used to love feeding them apples from the orchard, and yeah, just kind of, there was a path that led to the woods down in the hollow, and so we'd walk through past the cows on our way to the woods, which was always fun because there were flowers down there, and yeah, it was lovely. So, and actually, someone I went to high school with is the person, she and her husband, who bought my grandparents' farm. The one farm. The other farm actually is still in the family, and yeah. So, Cow Spirit, let's see what it has to say. Another breath. And oh, by the way, it came out right side up, not upside down. But I will read the upside down just for those of you who are maybe feeling a little bit off today. So, Cow Spirit, the miracles are endless. The oracle message is, you are at a beautiful point in your life today. For your needs are being met effortlessly and in so many ways. Fully embrace this truth by focusing on all you have right now, including the positive relationships that sustain you, the work you are proud to do to contribute to the world, and the activities that inspire you and nourish your soul. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome, welcome. Cow Spirit nudges you to pay attention because this is the perfect time to focus on the choices, actions, and behaviors that you know feed your soul and bring your heart contentment. There's a lovely word, isn't it? Contentment. Let's take a breath on that. Good morning, Carolyn. Contentment. Regardless of what's going on in our world, we can garner contentment. It's up to us. We get to decide. Again, regardless of what's going on in our world, we get to choose. Now is also the time when you will see many of your projects and commitments that were set in motion in the past begin to yield valuable gifts that will bring you joy and love and sustain you for a long time to come. I liked that one as I look on 5 years worth of working on creating an intentional community. I feel like, yes, it's time to see some fruits of this labor. So stay positive and share your well-being with others. You know that, and it doesn't always have to be in words. It can be just your mere presence. When you walk into the room, does it light things up? Or when you walk into the room, do people go, oh crap, she's here? Okay? Be the first one. Be the first one. The more you share, the more you will manifest. So be generous. Be generous. Especially in these times where everybody's afraid and kind of closing in on themselves and even up to hoarding again. Remember the toilet paper run from the COVID years? I'm seeing some similar behavior among people at this point. There's more than enough to go around. Even if there are people attempting to keep it from others, there's more than enough to go around. Focus on what you do want. Cow Spirit promises you will never run out of miracles. So now if the card had come in the inverse, which it did not, but I like to read that anyway just in case. So if the cow had come in, if the cow had come in the inverse. Protection message. Cow Spirit asks you to pay attention to how you nourish your mind, body, and spirit, because right now you are wobbling around like a newborn calf on its unsteady legs. Perhaps you've spent too much time distracting yourself on the internet. Bueller? Yeah. Or obsessing over a relationship or the current status in our world, or choosing to eat food that is not healthy for you. Whatever it is, you're being nudged to access how you are looking after your needs, to assess how you're looking after your needs. Remember, that's one of your jobs on this earth walk, is attending to your own needs so that you can be of benefit to the world at large. In your little corner of the world, you don't have to do massive, amazing things. If we each do our little piece, it serves a whole cohort, humans, non-humans, Mother Earth, etc. Just do your little part. That's good. That's good enough. Remember, the universe has a way of reflecting back to you events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. So I want us to take a look at that. The Edgar Cayce video that I have been talking about recently was so spot on with that. It goes all the way through the whole thing, talking about an individual person and the energy of that person and what are the likely outcomes of that person's energy, etc. And then it said at the end, remember, we're not talking about this person. We're reflecting. This person is merely a reflection of the common energy. So we need to clean up our common energy so this thing changes. And it is changing, isn't it? The tide is turning. We can feel it. we're doing this. We're cleaning up our energy. So no more us versus them thinking. No more winners and losers thinking. No more rich versus poor thinking. None of that. None of that. We. I'm not French. No. Focus on the we. Let go of the us versus them. That's our huge step for ourselves. Cow Spirit reminds you that the universe wants to give you the very best, but needs you to do your part to participate and nourish your well-being. Heed her messages and everything will shift in your favor. So there she is again, just to make you happy. Cow Spirit. I'd like to rub right between her eyes. Give her a little scratch. So, what are your thoughts about this? There's 7 of you on here live, me too. Over the course of the next hour or so, we'll be up to 50 or 60 people having watched this. What are your thoughts? I want to hear your thoughts. Where are the miracles in your life? Are you taking the time to look at them? I actually drove to Oshkosh yesterday for a meeting with 2 wonderful ladies, and one of whom is almost 70 and one of whom is in her 30s, and we had an awesome conversation about the things we're working on, and most of them circling around housing and caring for people who have not much. But I chose a certain road down and back because I knew it was going to have the prettiest trees. That was my nod to, I need to take good care of myself. And that fed my soul. And so I heeded that guidance. Did it take longer? Yeah. Did I care? No. So what will you do for yourself today to tap into that miraculous spirit? See you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Good morning, Maureen. We're just done, but it'll be posted in about 2.5 seconds. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.